Hello. Right, I'm going to be continuing with my Gameloop. Got quite a bit more added to the game that I've been working on. Just a quick one. This game is pretty sick. I highly recommend it. Also, Metroid Dread, absolutely amazing. I think I'm right at the end now. I've got about 15 hours out of gameplay. Top game. Definitely be replaying it once I've fully completed it. Alright, back to the programs. So this is what we started with down here. I will share these as a program. What I'll do is I'll have the game loop commented out, so it'll be completely blank apart from the game loop.
How about Joe-Fox?
And then I'll add the game that I've been working on. It's not a great game, it's just for tutorial purposes, but yeah, this is what I'm moving on to now. Part 2. So I've got my chief tester here with me, so I'm going to fire up the program, then I'm going to talk through the elements that I've added. And so I've added a border, I've added an enemy.
Which is a box with a skull on it.
It's a box with a skull on it, yeah.
Watch out for giant ones.
Yeah.
Like that.
So I've pretty much set up boundaries.
Hold up. Ow.
If you hit the enemy, you'll get sent towards the boundary, which also kills you. So if you hit the top or bottom, it's death.
Yep.
Hit the box, it's death. So now the game fully reloops, it resets. Also got a pause menu if you hit the R button, Chase.
Yep.
That L button even. There you go, that's the pause.
It's the unpause, and that's not good.
So I've added a variable called screen passes, which just clocks the amount of times the player passes the screen. I'll add a score variable to that. After this video I'm going to focus on like the UI, display, text, like draw text, and some more of the other functions that we have in Fuze. But this is pretty much all automated now. I've got the enemy sprite spawning out a screen, and then when it goes to the other side he despawns, he gets removed, but when he respawns it reads the screen passes to change its effects. So if you think of it as like a machine that you put like a coin in, like a ticket machine, it's all pretty much automated now, the way I've set it up, which is the way, ideally, not the way you want it to be, but if you want to make life easier, then it's a good way of doing it. So at the moment, if you hit a screen, hit the top or bottom, it'll send the sprite down. So my job making the game is to make that sprite try and hit the button to kill it while trying to make it fun. So like moving forward with this project, I might add in gems of certain colours that you have to collect on each pass to get like a school multiplier. I can add in more enemy elements, I could add in more enemies, multiples of the same one or different ones.
How am I supposed to know that's there?
Right, I'm just going to talk through the code that I've added now, very quickly. So that's my skull box that I've added. So I have one there, I can put 10 in and it'll spawn 10. these are my variables. I always put to reset because these are the ones you want in your def screen, and each time you add a variable, I just add it to my def screen unless I have it automated to reset on its trigger, but these two I don't, so I've put these in my def screen to reset. This I've already covered. So now I've filled these up. I haven't done the intro or title. I hardly doubt I'll do an intro for this, but it's there in case I do. Ideally, all you really need is a title, a main, and a def screen. The pause I've added. Dead easy, just draw sprites. There's no update sprites, so it's literally pause. Literally pauses it all. I've added a nice little element here where it can seem fade out of existence. So that's just literally a button press into the different loop. Right, going back up. Let's go back to my, here we are. Right. My main loop. Right, this is my main loop. I like to keep this as empty as possible. Just get my cursor back where I want it. So in the main loop, I've added my controls. So now I've added if player state not hurt, then you can do all the controls. And then I've put if that's where it ends. So now if you get hit, it cuts out all of these controls. So while I'm moving, I'm alive. Get hurt, can't control it. Def screen resets to idle and not hurt. Can move again. Can move back on this as well, but it locks it on the screen there. That's the controls. This is where I spawned the box, the enemy. It's literally a function that I call there. This is my screen passes variable. It's just something to read off, and it changes the elements of the enemy on each screen pass. I can change this to whatever, and I could add in all sorts. I could have it spawning in more enemies, and I could add in movement, so I can have the box starting to move up and down. Literally, it's limitless what you can do with that. So it's all automated pretty much. I'm just going to cover the because I've created him in the loop there, he's going to get created, so when he gets removed he's just going to auto create again. If I want him to get removed, say if you collect a coin, you don't want it to spawn back straight away, so I'd set up like an argument. So say if it's like a platforming game, you start a player on a certain position, you can put if player position less than equals 0, and then your player moves past 0 and you collect the coin, it will get removed and not recreated. I will cover that a bit more, so just to demonstrate. This is where all my gameplay data is in here. That's my button press to get into the pause menu. Like I said, it's dead easy. It can be quite daunting until you realise it is literally that simple. These are my borders here, so the orange things that I've set up. I've actually used draw image X for this, and the arguments for this one is X location, Y location, rotation, X scale, Y scale, RGBA values, which is your like colour tint, X origin, so you can position it on a certain location depending on its location. So you can move it around its center point to its off center points. So I think these are like off center X, off center Y. If you see here, I've added my variable to the scale. So these are the Y scales. And I'll show you how I've accessed them now. That's pretty much the trigger I use. So this is the game data. When the player passes is .x, sorry, passes 650. +1's the screen passes and resets the player X position to -610. Pop through back to the other screen. Right, I'll move on to the next bit.
Right on time I stopped.
This is when the player gets hurt in game over data. So if player Y more than 300 or less than 300, which is these here.
Player Y.
And if he hits down there,
It goes up.
dead again.
It goes up.
If player not hurt, then the player is hurt. So I need that to trigger, because else it will just hang on the first tile of the animation, but that will trigger it. If player state hurt, then so while hurt, all this will take effect. So I've just added this for a bit extra, so that changes the colour speed of the box when I'm dying. So it just looks like it's fading as the borders are closing, basically. You can see them fade out there. This plus 0.2's the border Y scale. That's what makes the borders close when the player is hurt. It stops the player's X speed and it forces the player's Y speed to go downwards, which you can see there. It's P scale 21, which is when the borders touch each other.
You die.
Game state dead screen. Done. So all I need to do now is, each time I collide with an enemy, I just put in this. Now that's my detect spike collision, and all it is literally detect there, and if player state not hurt, player state hurt. That's all I need to do now. If I wanted to add in more effects, in fact I don't even need that there now. That's it. Yeah, don't even need that one there now. I've automated it. Yeah, so basically as soon as the player's hurt, it's just going to read these here, which is all I need now. So anything it collides with, as long as it's in the hurt, it will end the game. I could add in other things with this as well. If I wanted to add in lives, say, I could just put player lives -=1, etc. But that is pretty much it. Yeah, I think I've covered it all. Something else I've been working on recently. Been trying to do like 3D with like a hand, but
Jesus Christ, how many vector brushes do you need? So is this your game?
No, this is just something I've been working on. It's
Oh. You're walking around with a 3D.
walking around with a hand, which could turn into something. I could have the hand holding stuff, I could have the hand shooting magic. What I really want to do...
What about the hand shooting the goddamn AK-47?
Well, yeah, that's just too many games are doing AK-47s today. I think it's all about the hand today. You know what I mean? There should be more hands, magic, less guns,
More guns.
less shoot, less shooting, more guns.
Yes, more
Less
guns.
guns, less
More
bullets,
guns. Dad, you barely
more
even
magic.
Dad, you barely even had any games with guns in it and AK-47s.
No AKs. Yeah. Nothing else to really.
Hello, nice and Libby. Your best friend, Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fish
so-
out of water. Principles. Oh, I hate that game Survive. Ninja Gal. God.
Yeah, always testing stuff. It's really important to go into the help docs and just test. This ain't a great test.
Horrible test.
Yeah, it's not great.
What in the hell is that?
Yeah.
What do? You just look around at.
No, I was thinking of adding stuff, but I don't know. Something's not quite right about it.
So
but-
something like Guitar Hero.
No, but something like that would be cool. Guess it's got that feeling of Guitar Hero, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Makes your eyes go funny, that's for sure.
Yeah, because it's got that thing where it's going up the guitar and you just
Yeah.
thingy. The Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. That's cool.